The 957th edition of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is picking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with promo code MMA SGPN.
Heidi ho, Degenerinos. Welcome to episode 957 of the MMA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, dedicated to one of our friends in the Discord, the Weight Watcher, Venezi. He's not trying to lose weight. Well, maybe he is, but he's the guy, especially for our friend Zhang, who watches the weigh-ins on Friday and lets everyone know in the Discord if anyone misses weight. So thank you for your service, Weight Watcher Venezi, in the Discord. If you're not in the Discord, come on in. It's fun. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. I am Jeff the Tank Engine Fox. With me, Daniel Gumby Vreeland. Second half of the UFC 322 breakdown is going down now. It's pay-per-view time. I couldn't really poke any holes in the prelims. All meaningful, good fights. Same with the main card.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, like, this is one
go.
of the best put together pay-per-views I've seen in a while. And I extra support it because we've got a couple of, like, what would have been in an older era super fights that they've now forced the people to vacate their division and not hold it up so that we can get, you know, regular title fights at lightweight with Ilia Topuria and regular strawweight title fights with somehow champion Mackenzie Dern. Despite the fact I think she's like the 5th best fighter in that weight class.
These things happen in MMA.
Yeah. Can we just talk, you know, this is completely off topic.
That's fine.
How terrible that timing is for Tatiana Suarez, right? Because, like, she had to fight Weili Zhang.
Yeah.
Definitely didn't have anything for Weili. Is there any doubt in your mind that she would beat the brakes off of Mackenzie Dern, though?
Maybe we'll find out.
I hope so, but, like, now she's coming off a loss. You know, it's like, it was really unfortunate timing for her. She definitely should have been one of the women in that fight.
Yep, for sure. So this fight card, we've got 5 either champion or former champions on it, on just the main card portion. So basically half the fighters competing on it have worn gold or are wearing gold. We've got Brady Morales could be a number 1 contender fight. That welterweight is so
if it's not, the other one might be. I mean, like, I know Prates is because then we got Bilal versus Ian Gary next week too. The welterweight bangers just keep coming.
We got Shevchenko too, waiting in the wings somewhere, right?
I think he's really hurt. I think there's something wrong with him. I saw a rumor somewhere that there's he's got some kind of illness or some kind of injury that's going to keep him out for months. Yeah,
you don't want to get hurt or sick, obviously, but not the worst thing. Maybe let the weight class, let the dust settle and things open up a bit, and maybe you can come back and walk right into
come back and beat like Kamaru Usman or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Who still insists he's next in line.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. So yeah,
I love seeing a headline that's like Kamaru Usman says.
Yeah, exactly. I love the says headlines. The fake.
You know what the worst part about those headlines are? First of all, they're dumb as hell. Any media outlets that's like that, it starts with Henry Cejudo says. Those headlines.
Sonnen says.
Yeah, those headlines suck the most. But the worst ones are the ones that those fighters shouldn't have any say on those things. Like, Henry Cejudo says number 1 heavyweight is, and it's like, exactly. He's a flyweight. Who the hell cares who he thinks is the best heavyweight in the world?
Yep. It's true. It only matters what we say on this here podcast. Right. And we say you should subscribe to the College Experience because college basketball is back and College Experience has a daily podcast. So subscribe to the College Experience and download the SGPN app for free college basketball picks all season long. All right, let's get into UFC 322. Della, Maddalena versus Makhachev, New York City, New York. The city that never sleeps in the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden. This Saturday. This is the last pay-per-view, right? There's none next month? Or is there one next? There must be. There's one more.
There's one more. It's 323, and it's got Marab and Piotr Jan.
Yeah, so the penultimate pay-per-view UFC 322, 10 p.m. start time, 5 fights, all killer, no filler. Starting with Beneil Dariush from Assyria versus Benoit Saint-Denis from France. 3 5-minute rounds, 155. Tell you about Beneil Dariush first. 23 6-1, 5 knockouts, 8 submissions. He's been knocked out 5 times. 17 6-1 in the UFC. He's won 1 of 3 and 9 of 11. Won his last bout. Missed weight before at 155. Regional champ, 2009 pro MMA debut. Multi-time world champion in BJJ. 0-1 as a pro grappler. So struck his opponents with 1.17 strikes per minute plus 165. The God of War, BSD. 15-3 with 1 no contest, 4 knockouts, 11 submissions. He's been knocked out twice. 7-3 in the UFC. He's won 2 straight. Before that, he lost two straight. Before that, he went 7-2 over his last 9 fights. Past 2 wins, both via submission. He's fight at 170, 185. Regional champ, 3-3 as a pro grappler. An inch height, an inch reach over Dariush, 6 years younger. More active landing strikes. He's outstruck his opponents by 0.86 strikes per minute, minus 170. Give me BSD here. I worry about Dariush's durability, especially against a guy like BSD who just puts it on you on the feet and in the grappling. Obviously I worry about BSD's durability as well. He can last a lot longer. He can't be knocked out, but I think he can take a lot more of a beating than Dariush can. Strong on the ground, which is where Dariush likes to do a lot of his work. So I would take the God of War on this. Plus, he's much younger, which I think will help.
Yeah, and Dariush is good at jiu-jitsu, less so good at wrestling. But the thing about Dariush that stands out to me is he's never been a particularly good jiu-jitsu practitioner off his back. He's not an armbar from guard kind of guy. He's not a sweep you kind of guy. He's not a creative scrambles kind of guy. He's really sharp when he's on top of you in jiu-jitsu. Take nothing away from him. He's a very high level black belt, but just that's kind of not his game. And I have to imagine if this ever hits the mat, it's BSD's choice of when it does. And look, BSD has come out from losing those 2 fights by knockout, which, by the way, he was beating Dustin Poirier. We can all agree on that, right? I know people are writing him off pretty quickly now, but the dude was beating Dustin Poirier pretty handedly when he got hit. And it's unfortunate that he got hit. That's part of the game, and take nothing away from Poirier, but he's good enough to beat Dustin Poirier. He's definitely good enough to beat 42-year-old Beneil Dariush.
Is that how old he is? Yeah, because he's not that young. So
he's old as hell. And the other thing too is if he decides to take him down, I do think he just wears out Dariush that way. I would not be shocked by a finish, either a TKO ground and pound or. Man, does it feel like he could sub Dariush? I know he's coming off back-to-back subs, but does it feel like he would find Dariush's neck?
He could pound him out and then sub him too. That's always an option.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he would just. I kind of feel like he would just finish with the punches more than anything.
Yeah,
though, right.
Yeah. No, he definitely. He's always looking to finish the fight, so that's not crazy at all. BSD inside the distance is minus plus 110. You can get it at some books, so that's
so you could kind of hedge and not have to worry about which way he's going to get it.
Yeah. Let me see. By submission plus 700. That may be worth a sprinkle, eh?
Oh man,
it's a huge line.
I like that. He's not going to sub him. He's not going to sub him. Right. Don't talk yourself into just because of the fat number. He's not going to sub him.
Knockout or TKO plus 170. So that's not bad either. Or just do inside the distance and get pretty much even money. So
and then feel real bad that you didn't play the 701.
Yeah, when you submit some. Yeah. Well, we're still taking BSD in this fight, regardless of how he wins. So all right, going to 170. As Gumby said in yesterday's episode, a lot of 170 fights in this card. So if they have any issues with the main event going as scheduled, they'll have plenty of people ready to fill in if need be. We got one of the former champs, United Kingdom's Leon Edwards versus Carlos Prates from Brazil. 3 5-minute rounds at 170. Tell you about Rocky Edwards first. 22-5 with 1 no contest, 7 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been submitted once, so he's very durable. 14-4 with 1 no contest in the UFC. He is a former champ. He's lost 2 straight though since then. Before that, he had won 4 straight. Got submitted in his last bout. Regional champ. He's fed at 185. 2011 pro MMA debut. An inch taller than Prates. Better striking stats than Prates. He has outstruck his opponents by 0.2 strikes per minute. He's at plus 173. The Nightmare, Carlos Prates. 22-7. 17 knockouts, 3 submissions. He's been knocked out twice, submitted 3 times. 5-1 in the UFC. He's won 12 of 13. One via knockout in his last bout. 1 no contender series. Regional champ. He's fed at 145, 155, 185. 2012 Pro MMA debut, 29-5 in Pro Muay Thai, 4-inch reach advantage over Edwards, 2 years younger, more active landing strikes. He's been outstruck in the UFC by 0.98 strikes per minute, minus 195.
I'm gonna go Prates. I don't like how Leon has looked in his last couple of fights. Now, granted, some of that has been due to the wrestling, but he does kind of look like he's just getting beat. I mean, like, I guess Bilal beat him up on the feet, huh?
Yeah, which is an issue.
Yeah, that wasn't just wrestling. Bilal beat him up on the feet. So like, I don't like that aspect of this fight. And then in addition to that, too, like the length should be an issue for him. Really, the only caveat I have here in why I'm not like, quote unquote, all in on Carlos Prates is just like he was real tentative in that fight with Ian Gary. And it cost him the fight, right? Like if he just put his foot on the gas like he did in the third round, he probably would have beat Ian Gary. He just like kind of, I've said before, like Prates is a guy who downloads information and then, uses that information to make decisions, but like he needs to get after it early here against Leon Edwards. Leon is notoriously, with the exception of Seth Baczynski, he knocked out in 7 seconds. Like apart from that,
flashback.
Yeah, you like the Polish Pistola reference. Apart from that fight, he's never been super dangerous early in fights. So like, I'd really like to see Prates just like kind of step on the gas and get that information quicker by like putting Leon Edwards in a panic. I don't know if he'll do that. He's only got 3 rounds to work, so he's got to get after it. But I do think he's good enough, sharp enough, long enough that Leon Edwards is going to have a little bit of trouble with that.
Yeah, Prates should be, he'll be safe downloading the info that he always downloads because Edwards is not really that dangerous of a striker, despite how he won the belt. That was more of aberration. Yeah, desperation, aberration for him as well. Desperation, aberration. Prates will be able to get all the reads that he needs, and then that rhymes as well, and he'll be able to take care of Edwards, I think. And like you said, Edwards, it's hard to climb the hill again after you've already been up there, and especially getting up there in age like he is, and he just hasn't looked that great. So Prates could be a nightmare for him come Saturday. Ha ha ha. All right, before we get more winning plays for you, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is betting anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposits and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Check out all the UFC lines we're talking about right now over at mybookie.ag. And when you do, sign up with our code MMASGPN for 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. So that's mybookie.ag, promo code MMASGPN. And we're also brought to you by NoVig, N-O-V-I-G. NoVig is America's #1 sports prediction market. NoVig, you're getting the best prices because they have reduced juice on bets. NoVig is available in 35 plus states. Download the NoVig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN. Get in on the action with NoVig, promo code SGPN. All right, and that's not all, though. There's more. We've got another 170-pound fight. Sean Brady, United States. Michael Morales from Ecuador, 3 5-minute rounds, 170. Morales, 18-0, 13 knockouts, 1 submission, 6-0 in the UFC, 2 straight wins via TKO. 1-0 contender series, multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our shirts, get our merch, sportsgunpodcast.com/store. 2 inches taller than Brady, 7-inch reach advantage, 7 years younger, more active landing strikes. He's outstruck his opponents by 2.31 strikes per minute, plus 121. Brady, 18-1, 3 knockouts, 9 submissions. He's been knocked out 1 time, 8-1 in the UFC. He's won 3 straight, submission win in his last bout. He last lost October 2022. Regional champ, used to fight at 155. 2014 Pro MMA debut. Better striking and grappling stats than Morales. He's outstruck his opponents by 1.06 strikes per minute, minus 135. This is a tough one. I hate to have to pick against either of these guys. I'm going to go with Brady. His grappling is just, in wrestling, it's not just grappling. His wrestling and his grappling is just too difficult for anyone to cover. I know Morales has good takedown defense, but he's never fought anyone like Brady.
Does he, though?
We don't really know. That's the thing.
Here, I think we do. Caveat.
Okay, go ahead.
I think we do know. I think it's bad. I don't think it's good. And I'm a huge Michael Morales fan.
It probably doesn't matter even if it is good. Brady still probably.
Well, I mean, you just steamrolled Leon Edwards in a vicious way, and made him look like he's never grappled before. Go watch him try to defend a takedown against Adam Fugate, and like tell me his takedown defense.
That's not a name you want to hear.
No, and it's not the only person Michael Morales has given up a takedown to that's made you go, wait a second, because like it's clear to me that he has like some of the basics to like takedown defense, but like, Gil Burns took him down, Fugit took him down, Trevin Giles took him down. And granted, like he comes back and wins all those fights by knockout. And granted, I'm not talking about him giving up, 5 of 5. He's given up like 1 of 4 to these guys, 1 of 8 to these guys. But like when Adam Fugit finds your hips, Adam Fugit lets you back up if you're an elite level welterweight. And that's no offense to Adam Fugit. He's just not an elite level welterweight yet.
Yeah.
Sean Brady is. Sean Brady's maybe the best grappler this division has. And I include Shavkat in there. I actually think he might be better at wrestling and jiu-jitsu than Shavkat is. He's as good as it gets. And we're talking about a guy who's giving up takedowns to, again, the Adam Fugits of the world, even Gilbert Burns. Like Gilbert Burns is a good jiu-jitsu specialist, but has never been like a dominant wrestler. This is a dominant wrestler he's going to be fighting, and a guy who showed in his last fight he can stand in there with a dude who's an elite level striker, because arguably he outstruck Leon Edwards in that last fight. Like he could, if he kept on the gas there too, he was like winning that fight on the feet. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Sean Brady, and I'm gonna go with some level of confidence too. I really like Brady in this spot.
Yeah, I was trying to get in on Morales because I like Morales and he's a dog, but yeah, Brady's just too good at this point, so couldn't do it. All right, co-main event is for the UFC at Flyweight Championship. As Gumby said, this is one of our old-time champ versus champ type fights, with the former champ moving up in weight class. So we got Valentina Shevchenko versus Zhang Weili. We have Kyrgyzstan versus China. 5-5-minute rounds, 125. The challenger, you don't hear that too often, would be Magnum Zhang. She's 26-3, 11 knockouts, 8 submissions. She's been knocked out once. 10-2 in the UFC. She's a 2-time strawweight champion. She's won 5 straight fights. Before that, she lost 2 straight. Lost about November 2021. Multiple region championships on her.
Mantle.
Correct. sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. All the good stuff's there. 2013 Pro MMA debut. 2-2 in pro kickboxing. A year younger than Shevchenko. More active landing strikes. She's outstruck her opponents by 2.38 strikes per minute plus 117. Bullet Shevchenko, 25-4-1, 8 knockouts, 7 submissions. She's been knocked out once, submitted once. 14-3-1 in the UFC. She's a champ 2 times over at the weight class. She's won 2 straight and got 11-1-1 over her last 13. She's not lost since March 2023. Used to fight up at bantamweight. 2003 Pro MMA debut. 2-0 in boxing. She's a kickboxing champ, a judo champ, a taekwondo champ, and a Muay Thai champ. Her mantle is full. 3 inches of reach, 1 inch of height over Zhang. Better grappling stats than Zhang. She's outstruck her opponents by 1.08 strikes per minute, minus 120. All right, Gumby.
My turn. I'm gonna go with Weili Zhang.
I had a feeling you were.
I am, yeah, and here's why. So, first of all, this is a razor close fight. Like, you know, you can find margins on either side that you really like, but here's the difference maker for me. It's the grappling of Weili Zhang. And I'm not here to tell you she's a better wrestler than Valentina Shevchenko. I'm not here to tell you that Valentina Shevchenko's got some like massive issue with her grappling. She'll give up a takedown here or there, right? Like she gave up one to Manon Fiorot in her last fight. And, I don't think of Manon Fiorot as a wrestler.
No.
But the problem with Valentina Shevchenko for me is she's never really particularly done well against like a traditional style of wrestling. She hasn't had to fight very many people like that, but like watch anybody get low on the hips. She's regularly the type of person who shows her back to opponents. And if you watch Weili Zhang's fights, you can take the Yan Xiaonan fight, you can take the Tatiana Suarez fight. Like when she gets like the back control from standing, she's really good at using mat returns. She's also the big difference in terms of their offensive grappling is like Valentina Shevchenko settles into position, right? Like if you watch her get that takedown against Manon Fiorot, she lands in like a side control, throws a couple of elbows, largely just chills there, right? She's happy to have side control. She can ride up the round there. Weili Zhang like goes for it. Weili Zhang will jump on your back and stick in hooks and threaten right away. And she like gets after it. And her transitions are so sharp. And like, we've seen Valentina Shevchenko on the defensive side struggle with that, right? Like that's how Alexa Grasso beat her, remember? Like Alexa Grasso hurt her and immediately took her back.
Right.
And granted, it was, a mistake on Weili's part with the strike she threw and all that kind of stuff. But like when that opening existed, Grasso went and took it. And Grasso is not the same level grappler as Weili Zhang is. And on top of that, too, like, Shevchenko had trouble with Grasso in all three of those fights to some extent, right? But at the same time, like, while she had trouble with her in all three of those fights, Grasso is not a physical 125er. And the thing about Weili is I don't really worry about her size going up a weight class. She's very physically strong. She's really, really good in the clinch. As I just mentioned, she's got kind of like a more classic wrestling style game. One kick has ever really stunned her, right? Like, we've never really seen her hurt outside of the one wild head kick that Rose Namajunas threw. I mean, she went to war with Joanna Jędrzejczyk back in the day and, like, didn't ever look hurt in those 25 minutes. So, like, I kind of don't think Shevchenko is going to, like, hurt her on the feet. If it does get into the grappling, I favor the way that she gets her positioning better. I think she's more dangerous in terms of the submission game than Valentina Shevchenko is. And look, she's shown she's kind of got some power in there too. I wouldn't be surprised if she hurt Valentina. Valentina is going to be the more technical striker, but I think with all those other things on the side of Weili Zhang, I'm going to favor her in this one.
I was going to take Shevchenko. I wrote I was going to take Shevchenko, but I'm thinking of taking Zhang now. Just as you said, the size isn't massive. Like, she's only at least
a couple inches.
Height-wise.
And to be fair, like, that's exactly what she was behind in terms of, like, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Right? Like, Joanna Jędrzejczyk long for that division. Now, you could also make the same case that that's how she was for Rose Namajunas, and she got kicked in the dome. But, I think she's been dealing with reach discrepancies for a large portion of her life outside of fighting, Yan Xiaonan and Tatiana Suarez.
But the main thing, Zhang is far more dangerous than Shevchenko. And she
at least at this stage. At this stage.
Yeah. Right. Yes. She fights very physical, which I think will play out well at this weight class. And she's going to be more urgent, I think, in trying to finish the fight than Shevchenko. Just, doesn't have much urgency at all in her fights anymore. So it's really hard to pick her to win here, because I think Zhang's going to really bring it to her. So let's do it. It's more fun taking a dog anyhow. So let's go to Zhang. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Before we move on, we got one more fight, and then we got some bonus plays for you. Underdog is your home for pick-up entries where you can win up to 5,000 times your play. Gumby's got a play for you right now, I bet.
Sure. It's Thursday. We got the Jazz. We got the Hawks on Thursday night. And since Walker Kessler has been out with his season-ending injury, Ace Bailey has been picking up both more minutes, and he's been picking up more rebounds. So let's go with the higher than on Ace Bailey's rebounds for tonight. All
right. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with their code MMA SGPN. And Rhythm, RITHMM. Rhythm is crushing in college football, NFL, and now just out of the NBA. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you can win $1,000. Gumby, do you have a Rhythm play now for us?
Sure. Let's just stick with that Hawks and Jazz game. While Ace Bailey's been getting more minutes, the Jazz still suck. So let's go with the Hawks over the Jazz here on Thursday night.
Okay, see if Rhythm agrees. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app. That way you get 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm as RITHMM and use our promo code SGPN25. All right, main event. We got another champ versus champ in a way fight. This is welterweight UFC welterweight championship. The champion is Della, Maddalena from Australia. The challenger Islam Makhachev from Russia. 5-minute rounds, 170. Tell you about the challenger first. Makhachev, 27-1, 5 knockouts, 13 submissions. He's been knocked out once. 16-1 in the UFC. He's the former 155-pound champion. Him and Zhang are both moving up without losing their titles. 15-0 over his last 15. 3 straight wins via finish. Last lost a fight October 2015. 2010 pro MMA debut. He's outstruck his opponents with 1.08 strikes per minute. Better grappling than JDM. Grappling stats at least. Minus 245 for the challenger. JDM, the champ, 18-2. 12 knockouts, 2 submissions. He's been knocked out once, submitted once. 8-0 in the UFC and the current champ. He's won 18 straight. He's last lost a fight May 2016. 1-0 Contender Series, multiple regional championships on his
mantle.
Correct. Get our shirt, get our merch. shirts, merch, sportsgamblingpockets.com/store. He used to fight up at 185. He's got inch height, 3 inches reach over Makhachev, 5 years younger, twice more active landing strikes. He's outstruck his opponents by 2.31 strikes per minute plus 222. Okay, this one, first of all, I do not like the line. I think the line has got that Islam Habib mystique hanging over it. Is why
the EV pop.
Yes, it's why it's wider than it should be. I'm still taking Makhachev to win because I haven't seen anyone come close to beating him as of late. He had trouble getting to 155.
Close to beating him. Arguably, he lost to Volkanovski the first time they fought.
Okay, right. All right.
There's a real serious argument for him losing to Volkanovski.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He had trouble. I don't think the moving up in weight is going to be an issue for him because he seemed to have trouble getting 155. He always did get to it, but he was a very big 155 pounder. And he's just maybe it's a mistake. Maybe the mistake is playing in on it with me as well. I think this is a very tough first title defense for JDM. Face a guy like Makhachev. Obviously, the moving up in the weight class is a big thing here. If this was his normal weight class and he was fighting JDM, I would go with Makhachev without any hesitation here. Obviously, he's going to be the better grappler here. But JDM can crack in the feet, and it's his first time in the UFC up at 170. So, like I said, it's going to be a lot closer than the line says it'll be. I am going to lean into Makhachev just because he's probably the best fighter in the world currently. But I wouldn't be totally shocked if the champ retains the title here.
So I'm gonna go against you here twice. First of all, I think Ilia Topuria is a better fighter than he is. I'm gonna start right there. And then secondly, I'm gonna go with Jack Della Maddalena here. And for the reason why I said it about, the reason I bought the Volkanovski fight up. Volkanovski gave him a physicality that he was almost not ready for. Volkanovski is a 45er in a small 45er, I might add, like a little tugboat of a 45er. He's not a big, long, lanky one. And arguably, you could have scored that first fight for Volkanovski. I wouldn't have had any issue with it. Multiple times, he wound up in top position in grappling. And look, I know Makhachev is an amazing grappler. We've seen him submit some of the best grapplers of all time. But we've also seen, JDM go in against, really superlative wrestlers, guys who are quite good. How good did Belal Muhammad look for years in grappling? Who had messed with Belal Muhammad in terms of... Belal Muhammad took it to Sean Brady in terms of his striking and his grappling, right? And then JDM went in there. He got him down a couple of times, but he didn't have any control time. Less than a minute of control time per takedown. And so JDM just keeps popping up. He's got great cardio, good forward movement. One of the hardest things about taking JDM down is his footwork. He does a really good job of staying on the outside and staying out of range of that shot and hitting you in the meantime. I think he's much better in terms of boxing and putting combinations together than Makhachev is. Everybody keeps talking Makhachev's getting better at striking and this and that. And, he got the knockout over, super short notice, Alexander Volkanovski. Sure, that's all true. But that's against a 45er on short notice, up a weight class. That's not what he's doing here. And I don't think he's got the hands that Jack Della Maddalena is. I think Jack is going to close distance and hurt him. I think he's going to get back out of distance. I think he's going to make the shots hard. I think you're going to see a Jack Della Maddalena he's going to have a moment that people realize just how good he is at doing all the pieces of it. And I think he catches as a dog here. So give me Jack Della Maddalena.
As you could hear, as I stumbled through my breakdown, I'm not totally sold on Makhachev in this fight either. I am picking him, but
these two title fights. We said it at the top of our prelim episode. These two title fights are about as good as you can make, because they're weird stylistically. They're you can't say a bad thing really about either fighter. It's good matchmaking. It's real good matchmaking.
Good matchmaking. Good job, UFC. We'll give you a credit when it's due, and it's definitely due. All right. He's got JDM. I have Makhachev. We both have a Zhang. We both have Brady. Both have Prates. We both have Saint-Denis. And we both have locks, dogs, props, and a parlay for you right now. I think the lock is me first, right?
Sure,
you know go my locks for it already. You have it all figured out already.
Let's see. Your lock. Who do you like? You like?
I usually drop hints.
Benoit Saint-Denis?
No, I'm gonna go with I play you're not in on, surprisingly. Usually I don't do that. Malcolm Wellmaker, minus 155.
That's
Yeah.
wild. I'm going to go Sean Brady as my lock. I mentioned a second ago. I think the discrepancy in the grappling, and we're getting him at a pretty good price. What did you quote me at there?
135, minus 135. So
yeah, that's an insane line. Yeah, Sean Brady's going to be my lock.
All right. My dog is from the prelims as well. Chepe Mariscal plus 120. You can listen to yesterday. Find out why I like that.
I had a feeling you might do that, and I was going to do it too. Okay. I mean, Chepe's, there's so much value there, especially being that he started a favorite and he switched over to dog.
Right.
Give it the old Yanni breakdown there.
Yeah, exactly. Fade the public and all that stuff. All right. For my prop play, Hobocop and Kopylov under 1.5 rounds, which is what I spoke of yesterday on the podcast too, plus 125 for that. And I think it's going to be a slugfest, and it's probably going to end with someone sleeping. So
under
1.5 rounds.
Under 1.5. Yeah. I mentioned this one on yesterday's show too. I'm going to take Kyle Dawkins by submission.
Okay.
Submitting Gerald Meerschaert, and it feels wrong in my bones to even say those
words. Right.
But I just have a feeling he gets pieced up badly on the feet and shoots. In those front headlock submissions are, I mean, that's what Dawkins has got. Right now, you can get that at plus 310, which I really like. And in addition to the plus 310, I'm just going to say there are certain sports books, if you do a little deep dive, where you can find specific submissions. And if you can go out there and you can find him by Dariush choke or Anaconda choke, it might be worth a dabble.
Ah, there you go. All right. Brady and Wellmaker. Mariscal is they were the locks. Mariscal is the dog. Dawkins via submission. Hobocop, Kopylov under 1.5 rounds are the props. All right. Hungry Man Zhang Sumpling coming right up.
Yeah, I'm going to go round robin. There were enough props this weekend that I got excited. And so I got 2 subs for you, 2 KOs, and 1 that I couldn't pick between the 2, and we're going to go inside the distance. So the inside the distance one, we're going to go Fatima Klein. I actually think she's going to finish Angie Hill. Her grappling's nasty. She's been finishing people, striking, but sometimes it's ground and pound, sometimes it's hands. So I couldn't really settle if I liked her by knockout or submission. So you can get her inside the distance period at plus 285, which I think just speaks to the durability of Angela Hill. But I like Fatima Klein inside the distance. My 2 KOs, I'm going to go with the 2 dogs we had on the prelims. Chepe Mariscal is an underdog, but Pat Sabatini's real chinny. You can get his KO prop at 365, which seems insane.
Nice.
And then you can get Slava Boshev's knockout prop, which this guy cracks. And I think he can find Camillo's chin. That one's plus 260. So, a couple of good KO props there. And then for my subs, I'm going to start with Sean Brady. I think Sean Brady's submission line is absurd. Yes, I know Michael Morales has never been finished, but he's never grappled anybody like him. Plus 400 on Sean Brady by submission. And then the other one I'm going to do, this one is a little bit of a dart throw, but I kind of secretly believe in it. Weili Zhang by submission. Hear me out. I talked in the breakdown about how I really like her transitions. I think they're deadly. 9-1 for her to win by submission. And we've just seen somebody who's a far worse grappler than her submit Valentina Shevchenko in Alexa Grasso. I think with as dangerous as Weili is, that's definitely worth a roll. So if you take all 5 of those props, you roll them into a round robin, and pretty much any 2 legs of them are going to break even for you. So at F3, we're starting to profit. So you only got to hit 2 of these bad boys. 3, you're in a good place. If for some reason you hit all 5 of them, you're going to get 315 to 1.
Woo. All right. I missed one. I got Klein inside the distance. I got Mariscal TKO. I think I missed one after that. I had
Slava KO.
Right. Slava KO. Got it. And then Brady sub, Zhang sub. All right. Get in on that fun, ladies and gentlemen. All right. That is it. You're all set. We'll be in the Discord chatting about this and many other things. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Discord. YouTube MMA Gambling Podcast. Subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Thank you. Twitter, SGPN MMA. He's at Gumby Vreeland. I'm at Jeff Fox Writer, at Jeff Fox Writer on Instagram. Now we told you who's going to win and how. You can win my pick'em contest on my Substack. So go to moneymma.substack.com and sign up to play the old free pick'em contest. Gumby has a podcast, another one called Top Turtle. Tell the people about it.
Yeah, we got 2 fighters from LFA this Friday, Naira Rep, as well as Nasty Nate Garib. And then from Saturday's UAE Warriors card, we got Furkat Bekyokovov.
All right, so check out Top Turtle wherever you get your podcasts, and we can be found at sportsgamblingpodcast.com, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/store, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Gumby will bid you farewell now.
I'm Dana Gumby Vreeland. He's Magnum Jeff Fox, and we will see you on Sunday.